and welcome to Lecture Loops. Today we are going to learn about the looping statements in Java. So in today's video we will see the syntax working of various looping statements, types of looping statements in Java, as well as we will try to understand these looping statements through programming examples. So if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, you are new to the channel, so please go and subscribe to the channel and then let's start. So first of all, we should understand that basically what is looping. So in programming, basically we sometimes want to repeat a certain set of statements again and again. Then we use these looping statements, or these are also called iterative statements. Okay, iteration statements. So to perform repetitive tasks again and again, we need these loops. So basically there are two categories of loop: entry control loop and exit control loop. In entry control loop, the terminating condition is checked while we are entering in the loop, while in exit control loop we check the condition while we are leaving the loop or we are exiting from the loop at the end. Okay, there are three types of loops, basically while loop, for loop and do while loop. And in which while and for loop are basically entry control loop, while do while loop is an exit controlled loop. Okay, now we'll see what are the basic components of looping. In each and every looping there are some basic components. First of all is initialization of counter. So first of all, let's say you have to repeat a particular set of statement 10 times. Okay, you want to repeat a set of statement 10 times. Then we will start, suppose you start the counting from 1, you will stop at 10 and then you will increment it like this: 1 2 3 4 up to 10. Okay, so the initialization of counter will be, the initial value of counter will be 1. The terminating condition is when the counter reaches 10, and updating is by +1. Okay, so basically initialization of counter tells us from where our loop is starting, terminating condition tells us where to stop that loop, and updating of counter just tells us that whether we have to increment or decrement the counter, how we are going to update it. Okay, so that our loop runs properly. Now there is body of loop. Body of loop contains actually those statements that we want to repeat again and again. Okay, so as you have understood all these components of looping, so go and like the video. Okay, and if you have some doubts, then you can you are free to ask them in comments. Okay, now we come to while loop. So first of all, we will see the syntax of while loop. Here we will put initialization statement. It is any valid Java statement. Basically, generally what we do here, we just declare a particular variable here and we initialize it by a value: I equal to 1, I equal to 0, I equal to 10. Any initial value we can assign it here in this initialization statement. Okay. Then there is while condition. While is actually a keyword, so you should write it in lowercase letters. Then condition, it can be any relational or logical expression. Okay, and the result will be either true or false. Okay. Then there are these statements that you want to repeat that are in the body of the loop, and these statements should be enclosed inside these curly braces. Okay. If there is only one single statement, then you can omit this curly braces also. Okay. Then there are updating statement. So you have to update basically this counter. Like you can write I equal to I plus 1, you can write I equal to I plus 2, I equal to I minus 1, anything. So any kind of updation for running the loop, this statement should be put here. Okay. So this is about the syntax. Now we will see the working of while loop. So first of all, this initialization statement will be executed. Then here this condition will be checked or evaluated. If condition is false, no statement will be, none of the statements will be executed and the control will be transferred outside the loop. But if the condition is true, all these statements will be executed one by one. But after that, again we will go and check the condition. If again the condition is found true, then again we are going to execute all these statements, and again we are going to check the condition. This cycle or loop continues until the condition becomes false. As soon as the condition becomes false, the transfer of control is the control is transferred outside the loop. Okay, so this is about the while loop. Now we'll see a programming example. Okay, so first of all, in while loop we will write the initialization statement. So we will take a variable, okay, and we will initialize it with some value from where we want to start the loop. Suppose we want to print hello 10 times. Okay, so for that we have initialized our counter, a normal variable, as 1. Now we'll put the condition. This is the while loop, and here we have to put the terminating condition. So we'll write I less than equal to 10. Okay, this is the condition. Then we will write the statement that we want to repeat. Okay, this is system dot out dot println, and here I am going to write hello. And suppose we want to see the value of I also, how it is updating, so we can put I also here. Okay, now the updating statement, suppose I write it as I plus plus. Okay, so in this way this loop is ready to execute. So why to wait? Let's run it. Yes, you can see the output here. It is like hello 1, hello 2, hello 3, 10 times hello is printed with the values of I as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So in this way this loop is executed. First of all the value of I is initialized as 1. Then this condition will be checked whether 1 is less than equal to 10. It is true. So this statement is executed and hello is printed, hello 1. And then the value of I is incremented, becomes 2, and then again we will check the condition 2 less than equal to 10. Yes, again the condition is true. Then again this particular statement will be executed and it will be printed as hello 2. Then again the value of I will become 3, and in this way this loop goes on until when it prints like hello 10. Then the value of I will become will become 11, and then we will check when we will check this condition as 11 less than equal to 10. Then the condition will become false and we will come outside the loop. Okay, so this is basically the concept and working of loop. Suppose you want to print the values from 10 to 1. So what you will do, you will initialize it with 10, and then here you have to just make some minor changes, like you can put the terminating condition as greater than 0. So it should start from 10 and it should stop when it becomes 0. Okay, the loop will run until the value of I is greater than 0. Okay, so here I am going to print only the value of I so that you can understand how this loop is running actually. Okay, so in this way, but here also we have to put I minus minus. Okay, so again I'm yes, now you can see that, see the output is like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we come to for loop. Basically for loop is just like while loop, but only these statements, initialization, condition and updating, these statements are written in one line, in one single line inside this parenthesis. Again for is the keyword. For loop is also an entry controlled loop. I will tell you the difference between entry control and exit control at the end of the video. Okay, so that you can at that moment you will better understand. Okay, so for time being, for loop is entry control loop because we are checking the condition at the entry time. Okay, so these basically for loop is very popular because all these statements are written in one line. So by seeing this one line you can easily understand that from where the loop is starting, what is the terminating condition, means where to stop this loop and where this loop is going to stop, and again the updation, okay. So for after seeing this line, you will easily understand that how many times this loop is going to be executed. Okay, so this is the specialty of the for loop. That's why for loop is very, very popular. Okay, so we will see the working of this for loop. So first of all, this initialization statement will be executed, but this initialization statement will be executed only once. It will not be executed again and again. Okay, second, at the second step, this condition will be checked. If condition is found to be true, then we are going to execute these statements which are written, which are enclosed inside these curly braces. So number 3 is these statements. After that, we go to updating statements. Number 4, then again we are going to check this condition. If condition is true, then again we are going to execute the statements. Again we are going to updating, and then again we are going to check the condition. So this cycle or the loop will continue until the condition becomes false. As soon as the condition becomes false, the control will be transferred outside the loop without executing these statements. Okay, so this is the working of for loop. So let's see a quick example of for loop. So basically in for loop, we keep all the statements inside this parenthesis. We can put all the initialization statement as well as the terminating condition all inside, all in one single line, and that is only the beauty of for loop. That's why it is so popular. Okay, sorry, wrong brackets. Yes. Now you have to print the values. Like suppose this time I want to print good day. Okay, and the semicolon. Okay, so that's it. Yes, you can see that 10 times this is printed good day, good day, good day, and good day. Okay, so in this way it will run from 0 to 9 because the condition is mentioned as here less than 10. Okay, one thing you can also do, like I'm giving you one more example what you can do here. Suppose I write it as less than equal to 20, and here I'm going to do it as I plus equal to 2. So this time I am initializing the counter with 2. My terminating condition is I less than equal to 20, and I am updating I with 2. Okay. So here also I am going to print the value of I. Okay. So let's see the output first. So you can see here like the output is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 and 20. So it has started from 2 and it goes till 20, and here it is incremented by 2. Okay. So in this way you can create various program using loops, right? Now we come to one and only one exit controlled loop, which is do while loop. Okay, we can see that it looks similar, like it looks similar to while loop, but there is some difference actually. So we'll see what is the difference. So first of all, the initialization is statement is executed same as in while loop. Then there is a keyword do. This is a keyword do, and then this is the body of the loop that is going to be executed again and again. But you can see that the condition is at the end, or we can say this condition is checked at the exit time, not at the entry time. So this condition is not mentioned during the entry when we are entering inside the loop, but this condition is mentioned when we are exiting the loop. So that's why it is called exit control loop. So we will check the condition. If condition is true, then again we are going to execute this statements. Then again we are going to check the condition. Okay, if condition is true, then again we are going to execute the statement. So this loop or cycle continues until the condition becomes false. Alright, so basically what is the difference? We are entering inside the loop without checking any condition. So if the condition is false for the first time also, we are going to execute this statement. Okay, so here you can understand the difference between entry control loop and exit control loop. In entry control loop, we check the condition while we are entering inside the loop, while in exit control loop, we check the condition while we are exiting from the loop. The second difference is in the entry control loop, if the condition is false for the first time, then the statements will not be executed at all. But while in exit control, if the condition is even false, the statements will be executed at least once. Okay, so at least once these statements are going to execute whether the condition is false or true. Next time whether we have to repeat or that is we have to iterate or not, that will be decided by this condition. Okay, so this is about the do while loop. So first, so let's go and check the programming example. We'll see the do while loop, which is the exit controlled loop. So first of all, you have to initialize the variable. Suppose I have initialized it with 0, then you have to write do, and here you can put all the statements that you want to repeat. So suppose I'm writing here and here I plus plus, and here you have to mention the condition. So let's say the condition is I less than 10. Suppose the condition is like I less than 5. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yes, you can see that the output is like hello 0, hello 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so in this way all these loops are we can say these are similar. If you want to repeat a task, you can select any one of them, okay, in which you are comfortable. Okay, so in this way it goes like this, and hope you liked it and enjoyed the session. So please go and like and share and subscribe to my channel, and keep learning, keep growing. Thank you.